All right, today we're diving into the story of a mind that traveled to the very edge of the universe, all from the confines of a wheelchair. We're talking, of course, about Stephen Hawking. You know, this quote, it wasn't just some lofty ambition. It was his mission statement. From the very beginning, Hawking was obsessed with the biggest questions you can possibly imagine. Like, why are we even here? Why does anything exist at all? And that right there, that's the core paradox of his life. The thing that fascinated everyone. You have this mind that was just exploding our understanding of the cosmos, making it bigger and more wondrous, while at the exact same time, his own physical world was getting smaller and smaller. Okay, let's get into it. How did this incredible journey, this race, really, between a brilliant mind and a feeling body, how did it all start? Well, you might be surprised to hear he wasn't always a top student, at least not on paper. But his potential, it was so obvious that his friends literally nicknamed him Einstein. And it was that raw talent, that intense curiosity, that took him from Oxford to Cambridge, putting him right on the front lines of cosmology. Now, this timeline, it's just incredible. There's such a profound irony here, isn't there? As his physical abilities decline, you see his scientific breakthroughs just soar. It's almost as if his mind, being freed from the concerns of the body, could just completely focus on the universe. And then there's this number, 55. Just let that sink in. He was given 2 years to live, and he defied that by 55 years. That's more than 5 decades. It's a medical marvel, a human miracle, really. So, this incredible resilience, this almost unbelievable amount of borrowed time, it gave his mind the one thing it needed more than anything else: time. Time to go to war with the very foundations of physics. Okay, so his first huge breakthrough was just revolutionary. He and Roger Penrose used Einstein's own playbook, general relativity, to show that the theory basically predicted its own failure. The math was airtight. It meant the universe had to have started from a single, infinitely dense point, the Big Bang. And that black holes must have a similar point, a singularity right at their heart. And this next part, this is where his genius really shines. He did something nobody thought was possible. He brought together the two great pillars of physics: relativity for the big stuff and quantum mechanics for the tiny stuff. And in doing so, he discovered that black holes aren't actually black. They're not eternal prisons. They leak tiny bits of energy, what we now call Hawking radiation, and over billions and billions of years, they can actually evaporate and disappear completely. But wait, this incredible discovery created a massive new problem, a paradox. Because if a black hole can just poof, vanish, what happens to all the stuff that fell into it? Not just the matter, but the information about what that matter was. And this is where things get really wild. He basically pitted the two giants of physics against each other. On one hand, you've got general relativity, which says, yup, that information is gone forever, destroyed. But on the other hand, you have quantum mechanics, and one of its absolute core rules is that information can never be lost. This isn't just some nerdy debate, you guys. This shakes the very foundation of physics. It's the famous information paradox, and Hawking started it. So, even while his mind is wrestling with these, universe-breaking paradoxes, something else is happening. Stephen Hawking is becoming a global icon. He's becoming the voice of the universe for all of us. 10 million. Just think about that number for a second. More than 10 million copies of A Brief History of Time have been sold. With a single book, he took these incredibly complex ideas about the start of the universe and black holes and made them accessible to everyone. He brought cosmology into people's living rooms. And of course, there's his voice. That synthesized voice is so iconic, right? It's impossible to think of him without it. But it was the end of a long, incredible journey in technology. After a tracheotomy took his natural voice, he started with a simple hand clicker. From there, he eventually got to a point where he could write entire books and give lectures using just a tiny muscle twitch in his cheek. It's just unbelievable. And what's really amazing is that his own personal struggle has left this incredible legacy for others. Intel, the company that developed his final communication system, made the software completely open source. So now that technology is out there, helping countless other people with similar conditions find their own voice. All right, so let's put it all together. You've got the mind-bending science, the incredible ability to communicate it to the world, and this unbelievable human story of perseverance. So what is the legacy he leaves behind? It really comes down to three things, doesn't it? First, the scientist. He completely changed our understanding of black holes and the Big Bang. Second, the communicator. He became maybe the most famous scientist on the planet and inspired millions to just look up at the night sky. And finally, the human. He became this global symbol of what the human spirit can achieve no matter the odds.
You know, in the end, Hawking gave us a brief history of time, but he taught us a timeless lesson. He proved that no matter what your physical limitations are, no matter how small your world might seem, the human mind, well, the human mind has no limits. It's the most powerful, boundless force in the entire universe.